So, welcome to the interview. Yes, I was itching my head. Welcome to the interview where today I'm doing this for my English class. I'm not going to keep that as a failed take. And what I'm going to be doing is recording each of my family members and my grandmother because I'm going to be helping. Well, I'm going to let them explain about the good old PHS. There's your credit, Mr. Young. So, without further ado, let's get started.
Man, what's up?
So, there you go. So for our first question, we are going to ask, what has been your favorite time in the PHS so far?
Um, saying I'm brand new, I'd say like there's so much more freedom in PHS than there is in the middle school because like you can actually carry your backpacks around. Where in the middle school you had to shove everything in your locker and you just had to go back and forth and back and forth. Where in the high school you can carry everything with you and you don't have to go back and forth.
That's actually a good point. So, for the second question, I'll ask you, what class do you think is the hardest for
History.
you? And why do you think that?
I kind of slack off in that class, and like history for me is not my strong suit.
And what do you think you would do to do better in that class?
I don't know. Probably take better notes, focus more. I don't know.
And
Stuff.
study better.
Yeah.
So, then the other question. So then the other question will be, what class do you think is the easiest?
Definitely math.
And why do you think that?
Because like you can check your answers in math, where in other classes you can't check your answer. You have to like go with your gut or like research things, and I don't like reading, so math you don't really have to read that much. So yeah.
What do you like doing in the PHS?
I just like to hang out with my friends.
Better explanation.
Fine. I kind of like there's more space in the PHS and there's like more stuff. Like there's more, what are they called? Like the stuff like marching band, for example. You can do more, whatever they're called. I don't know the name off the top of my head.
So, then what do you like the least of the PHS?
Uh, there's like not as many like events that happen. Like there are pep assemblies, but like I just kind of want more events, like more fun stuff, like you know.
So, now we are on to the last question.
Yay.
The final question is, what classes do you wish were in the PHS? Or just one class?
I'd say like I remember in the middle school there was like this like drone class where you'd like take drones, modify them, and make them like people would bring in like kind of broken up drones, like drones that don't work as well, and then fix them up so they work perfectly, and then they give them back to the people. So I think that would be kind of a fun thing to do in the high school.
There you go. Thank you for your time.
Dab.
He's going to be a freshman in the high school, and he is not in the PHS yet. He will be after this year. So, begin the cue.
Hi, my name is Liam. Currently, I'm a homeschooler, and this new school year, I'll be going to high school as a freshman, the Petoskey High School, to be exact. There are a lot of things I'm nervous about, but all it takes is a little bit of preparation.
There you go.
Thank you.
So here is your question. first question is, what are you most excited about for this good old PHS?
I'm most excited for the new environment and all the different classes. There's a lot more variety than homeschool. That's how I imagine it. So, yeah, that's my answer for that one.
What class are you most willing to be in?
I am most excited for English class because I'm really good at spelling and vocabulary and things like that. So, that's the one I'm excited for most.
What about the punctuation do you like in the English class?
Punctuation, that's one of the English things that I'm not the best at. I'm working on it. I know the general rules of punctuation and what I'm supposed to know about it. It's just, I do feel like I can improve a little bit on it.
What class are you not very excited for?
Probably science class or biology. That's probably what I'll be in. Because it's mostly complicated and complication makes it difficult, but I'm ready for it. It's just that's the one I'm not the most excited for.
Alright, so for the next question, I will ask you, what classes are in this... Oh, dang it. So, what type of performance are you excited to watch?
Mainly the spring concert, because I had a lot of fun watching that one last year. I felt like they did a really good job. I also really liked the homecoming game. So yeah.
If you want to know, he's talking about band.
Yes, band performances. Yes.
What type of unfortunate event has happened to you before deciding to go to the PHS?
Well, nothing besides, all of it's been pretty much mental. I mean, I've been nervous about a lot of things going through it, but I think I'll be alright.
That's good. So now, time for your final question.
Alright.
This is that question I was saving in my mind. The question is, out of dancing, swimming, and one other class that I can't remember that they don't have, probably like a sports class. What class do you wish to have the most out of those three?
Probably swimming. I really do enjoy swimming, especially living close to the Great Lakes. It's a really good source of exercise and it's fun. So,
There you go.
well, yeah.
And she's going to be a sophomore of the PHS. Her name is going to be introduced. I almost actually said it. And queuing the questions, I actually have them all in my head. Action.
Hi, I'm Lauren.
So I'd like to ask you some questions if you don't mind.
Okay.
So, what kinds of classes are you excited about?
I'm excited about all of them.
Out of dancing, swimming, and sports classes, what kinds of those classes do you wish would happen?
Definitely dancing.
Why do you think that?
It's because I did it. I used to do it, and it's really fun.
Good. And also because you really love the rhythm. So, what kind of class do you think is the easiest?
I like math.
And how come?
Just mainly because I like solving things.
That's reasonable. That's a reasonable answer. Thanks for that. What type of band performance do you like going to?
I like spring concert the best.
And why do you think that?
It's just really fun to watch, and I like it.
And also because of the finale, I'm guessing?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is shocking about the finale for the band?
I think they always come up with a way to surprise the audience, and that's really cool.
That's very good. That's a very good answer. What do you like about sports performances or anything that was related to sports?
I haven't really been to any of those.
Well, let's say you see a basketball performance and that ends up being your favorite because there are people like the guys in Petoskey and then Boyne City, and even if they lose, you would still have a great time seeing it.
Yeah.
So basically, that's probably what you would like about it. And also, marching band is in football, so you have seen football.
Yes, I have seen football.
And what do you think is surprising about the marching band experience in the football field?
The finale.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, also, what kind... And, wow, look at the time.
What?
The time... We're actually doing pretty well. So, what type of lunch, and I'll explain this on camera to anyone who already knows, and it's because my cousin didn't go to the Petoskey High School yet. She's going to the next year. What do you think is the best lunch for you, or would be the best lunch for you? A lunch being, and I'll explain first and then you will answer. A lunch is basically the first half hour you go to lunch, and then the rest of the time you go into your class. B lunch is basically a 1/3 class, 2/3 lunch, and then the third is back to class, and then you go all the way back to your locker and stuff. And then C lunch is the first half hour you go to class, and then you go to C lunch.
Probably sea lunch.
There you go. Thank you for your time. So, I've noticed that you graduated from the high school a little bit ago, or a few years ago.
Like many years ago. I graduated in 1970, which means next year's going to be my 50th class reunion for Petoskey High School.
And that's amazing.
That was a long time ago.
So, what's your name?
My name is Janet Garber. When I went to Petoskey High School, it was Janet Lawbrick.
That's cool. So, I'd like to ask you some questions if you don't mind.
I'd be happy to.
So, the first question I had was, what was your best memory of the Petoskey High School?
I have a lot of good memories about Petoskey High School. One of them is the fact that our class was the first class to go all 3 years in the new school. So we had a brand new high school to graduate from. That was nice. Many good memories. Loved going to the football games at the old stadium. Had a good time with my friends. Had some really good teachers, and overall had a good experience in high school.
Cool. That's very good. So, now my second question is, what was your worst memory of it?
Yeah, my worst memory. Way back then, we didn't talk about bullying much. That wasn't a subject that ever came up, and if it happened, the kids who were being bullied were just told to suck it up. Basically, there was no intervention like there is now. And I would have to say that my very worst memory about high school was one time when we were out doing an art project outside. I was sitting on a hillside, and the kids started picking on this girl who had a lot of issues, but I knew it was wrong, and because I was insecure and wanted to be liked by the other kids, I went ahead and joined in with them, and I felt horrible. Forever after, I felt horrible about that. That was my worst memory. But interestingly, at one of our class reunions, it was, not all that long ago, maybe only 5 years ago, at a class reunion was the first time that girl came to a reunion. And it was the first time I was ever able to talk to her. And I apologized to her for being mean, and she didn't remember it at all. So all those years I'd been feeling so bad, and she didn't even remember, but that was a good thing. I was glad.
All right. That's all.